Hello, everybody. Dave here. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope they're enjoying their summer and that you know, things going on in the world aren't affecting you too horribly. And I do realize that it has been a very long time since I've posted anything. So I do apologize for that, but as I'm sure you guys are all aware, sometimes life just gets in the way. I was working on this thing pretty steady, trying to take my time. Like I told you, I wasn't going to be in any hurry to get this thing done. So I was trying to work on it pretty steady, and I was making some good progress. You saw my last video. But I had to set it aside for a while. I was getting a bit frustrated with the photo etch stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with the kit that I bought. It's just some of the photo etch stuff was very fiddly. And it was frustrating me because I was having troubles with it. Because, like I said, I bought the 1/350 scale ship with the 1/350 scale photo etch stuff, and everything in that is 1/350 scale. So, larger things, like superstructure stuff and cranes and, these mast tops. I know I always call them the tripods, which is exactly what they are. But I am not a Navy person, so please don't kill me because I call them tripods. I know they're probably considered masts by modern standards. But anyway, yeah. So larger things were great. Smaller things like ladders were not great. The yeah, the cradles for the lifeboats, not great because they were very fiddly. I could get them bent into shape, and then I would be handling them too much, and they'd get bent out of shape. And it was just one of those things. So just keep in mind that when you get a model, and you plan on using photo etch, just remember 1/350 scale means everything is 1/350 scale, including 50 caliber machine guns. Oops, come here. Come on. 50 caliber machine guns. Those are the big 50 caliber Modus style machine guns. Yeah, that's how small they are in 1/350 scale. So there you go. But I mean, I enjoyed building this kit. I really did. And I added a few things that I saw on some other ships, like this little bit of rigging here with the chains. I mean, my Edward photo, or not my Edward, but my wooden deck kit. Because I ended up buying two wooden deck kits. This is a budget build, so I didn't go with the, high quality, super duper expensive, photo etch kits. Even though it was made by Edward, it's not one of their top of the line, photo etch kits. Probably a much older one because from. But anyway, like I said, the wooden decking came with chains, and I ended up having to buy two wooden deck kits because these parts right here in the front, where those holes are, the thing just does, it wants to focus when it wants to focus. Anyway, up there where these holes are, right here in the front. Come on now. My camera work sucks, and I apologize. Up here in the front. My hands are shaky, which is another reason why the photo etch stuff was giving me fits, because my hands get shaky when I'm concentrating. Anyway, so the wooden deck part that goes around those holes you see is missing because no matter what I did, it was just too freaking thin. I tore the first one, so I said, well, I'll just buy another one because it wasn't terribly expensive because, I bought the cheap kit. and tore it again, so I was like, piss on it. But I ended up getting extra chain. So I was able to do the anchor chain, an actual chain, and then this little extra stuff, which I think has to do with, like, for mines, they'll drag the big old anchor chains in front of the ship. I'm not 100% sure. I got the idea from the guy that built the large Arizona, a Midwest model shop guy. You should check out his videos. He is very cool. Very cool. So, and I got that. I was like, man, that is cool. I just like the way it looked. You know, I just like the way it looked. And then that I had the extra chain. So there's actually two chains. I got the other idea from another guy, and I don't know what his channel is or what. I just saw the pictures on the internet, and with the crisscross work. So the one set of chains comes up to these little things here, go through this, and then goes this way. And the other one's just, I don't know. Like I said, my camera work ain't that great, but you can see. Now these little, I want to say they're called cleats. Again, I'm not a nautical person. I don't own any boats. And, my camera does not want to focus. But anyway, yeah, those little doodads there, I made those out of bits and pieces of sprue. I tried to get them as close to scale as humanly possible, and they are not. I'm sure of it. But I needed them to do the stuff with the rigging. So I made my own. Again, this is not going to be in any contests or anything. It's just for me. So I made these things. Because the actual cleats that come on the ship, on the kit, look like this. Basically just two little nubs. So I couldn't do anything like this with those nubs. So I made my own. Again, I just used I bit some pieces of sprue. I filed them and everything. I got them as close as I could. And I put them in the spots. Now this kit is a slight bit different than the 1/200 scale. So the 1/200 scale has more room on the bow so I don't have as many cleats as it's supposed to on this version. I'm guessing they're called cleats, so if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. I am not a boat person. I wasn't in the Navy. I was in the Marine Corps, and we just rode in the ships. We didn't run them. But that being said, it worked out the way I wanted it to. It ended up being the way I wanted it to be. So, and this rigging is awesome. I looked at several pictures, including pictures in my book, and I looked at several different models, and there are slight variations from one modeler to another, depending on how they did it. But the rigging, it turned out pretty good, I think. That's the problem. It blurs when I move. So yeah, my shaky hands again. So yeah, and this stuff is great. I used this for 99% of the rigging. I used it. Now I used some larger thread that I had left over, and you can probably tell the larger one from the other one. I used a little bit there on that mast, and I used a little bit there on that crane. Let's see here. Put my hand behind it. There we go. I used a little bit on that crane. So it's obvious the difference in scale. So I was trying one, and I was like, I don't know, that doesn't quite look scale. So I was trying to get as close as I could. So, But anyway, the Easy Line is awesome. If you've never used it, it's like really fine elastic thread. I think it's just elastic that might be dyed or painted. I don't think it's actual thread on there, but anyway, yeah. So that's that. And I bought two kinds. I got this black, and I got this white in fine and heavy. Now it says heavy. It's heavier than the fine. So I guess, obviously. So anyway, that's my ship. It's done. I've got a few little tiny touch-up painting to do. And I got to do the decals. And I've got to paint the nameplate. There's two of them, one for each side. So, but like I said, for all intents and purposes, it's done. It is finished. It's, if I was to make a video after I got all that other stuff done, you'd just see, the name badges and, some other things. But for all intents and purposes, it is finished. It is finished. And I'm pretty happy with it. There are some imperfections in there. That, the discerning eye will notice. I know they're there. So there's no need to berate me on them. I've never said my modeling skill was that great. I'm above average, I'm sure. But, as I get older, I find that there's a lot of things that I used to be able to do without much problems are getting a little more tedious for me. Yes, I know that flagpole in the back is, but again, I know this, so you don't have to point it out to me. I know it. Most of the folks on my channel, most of the folks who have messages and left comments for me are everybody's pretty decent. I mean, I've had a few folks on different things that have just decided that they were, because of anonymity, they say whatever they want to say, which, hey, it's America. You can say whatever you want to say. Doesn't mean I have to like it, but, I would just hope that constructive criticism is always accepted, and I know there's a lot of things that I make mistakes on. There's a lot of things that I could have done differently, and there's a lot of things, but, just like with any project that you do, as long as you're happy with it, that really is all that matters. So, and I'm happy with this. I know what the imperfections are. I know where the mistakes are that I've made. I know there's things that I could have done differently. But, if I had it to do all over again, I would probably do things a little bit different. But that being said, this one's done. If you're curious about those mast tops, I used Ghost Gray as my color. Mediterranean blue for the hull color. Obviously, hull red and black for the boot stripe, whatever people call that. But the mast tops are Ghost Gray. As far as the line between the blue and the Ghost Gray, some kits I've seen have that catwalk there painted, which the way I did it, the catwalk and the railing painted. Now there's other ones that I've seen that don't. They stop the legs right at that catwalk is where they start the color change. I thought it kind of looked cool with the catwalk being painted as well. So again, everything is as close to perfect as I can get it for me. Again, this is going to be my own personal display. So I'm happy with it. And that's really all that matters. And I'm happy that I'm basically finished with it. I'm happy with that. I did buy some material today, some wood and acrylic to make a display case. The display case is going to be function over form. It's not going to be fancy. I'm not going to do any serious woodworking on it. It's just going to be someplace that I can put this ship inside to keep it from getting dusty. Plain and simple. So, I'm going to stain the base. It's not going to be raw wood, but I'm going to stain the base. And this is going to go inside and it's going to keep from being dusty. That's the point. I want to make sure this thing doesn't get all dusty. So, that being said, that's it for this. I do have some other projects in mind. So I'm hopefully going to be posting some things. I always love this view in the beginning, and I always like this view. Those old films and stuff where they show the battleships and whatnot, and they look so much wider than they seem when you look at them from an angle. If you look at them straight on, they look so much wider. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I've got other projects coming. I'm rambling, and I apologize for that as well. They're not going to be all model based. I do have a model that I want to build here in the near future. It's going to be the USS Discovery from 2001: Space Odyssey, and it's going to be the smaller version of the. There's two kits. There's one that's, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure what the scale size is, but it's huge, and it's got a huge price. I'm going to build the smaller one, which is still over 3 feet long. It's probably a little bit longer than this battleship here. Mobius models. So Mobius did the large version, which is, again, it's huge. I mean, if you're going to build that, I applaud you, because you better have someplace large to display it. The smaller one is the one I'm going to build, which is it's just detailed in a smaller version by Mobius. I am going to light it. There's not much to light on that ship. Some stuff on the bridge and the engines, and that's pretty much it. So I do have some ideas about that. I am going to probably use my blue flickering lights, which I love the hell out of those blue flickering lights for engines in spaceships. And I've got some other projects. I've got a jump starting box that that's been sitting around, and the battery in it is dead. I'm going to upgrade to lithium ion batteries. And I'm hoping that if I upgrade this jump start box to lithium ion, that it'll be just as powerful as it was with the little lead acid battery in it. We'll see. I've got kind of this lithium battery thing that I've been doing. I'm gonna make the jump box. I'm gonna try that and see. Hopefully, it'll be just as powerful as a regular one. I'm gonna make a power station out of these batteries, and I'm going to show you where I get the batteries and what I do with them, and so forth and so on. So I think that to me, it's interesting. This power station is something that you can take hunting or camping. It's going to have places to plug your phone for charging. It's going to have an inverter in it, because the inverters are, you can get a 300 watt inverter, and it's not much bigger than a cell phone anymore, and size wise. It's obviously a lot thicker, but inverters are getting pretty small. So it's going to have an inverter in it, so that you can plug in like actual electrical appliances. Like if you have a laptop and you want to charge your laptop, it's going to have places to where you can charge your phone with the different USB phone charging port. It's going to have lights on it. So it's going to be a big old lantern all by itself. And the thing is I'm going to use these lithium batteries, and they're going to be 12 volts when I get done. And they weigh a half, at minimum half, of a comparable size 12 volt lead acid battery, like those lawnmower batteries that you can get at Walmart. Those are 12 volts, I believe, or 9 volts. I'm not sure. But anyway, they're heavy for the size. Well, these lithiums, I can make a 12-volt battery out of these lithium ion 18650 cells that, like I said, they're half the size or weight. So this charging station is, like I said, it's going to have lights on it. It's going to have different charging ports for different things. It's gonna be at least a 10 what? Going to have roughly 10 hours worth of use out of it, depending. It's also going to be solar power, solar recharged. You can plug it into the wall and charge the battery, or it's going to have an option where you can use a solar panel. Like I said, if you're out fishing or you're out camping or, whatever your outdoor thing is, you can charge it with the solar panels. Same with the house. Say if you live on the East Coast and a hurricane comes through and knocks all your power out, you can keep your phones charged, you can keep your laptop charged, you can plug in, something. I mean, if you got one of them coolers, those expensive coolers that you can plug in, you can plug those into the inverter and run a little cooler to keep certain things cold, depending on how long your power's out. So it's just, an interesting project. So anyway, again, I'm rambling and I understand that, but it's been a long time since I've posted anything, and so I had a lot to talk about. So like I said, I hope this video finds everybody doing well, and I appreciate people, again, constructive criticism is always welcome. You can get your point across without being mean. So, I'm always open to, like I said, I do these things to give people inspiration. It's like, I might have screwed something up and did something stupid. You'd be like, what, I'm going to build that and do better than him. I'm going to show him where he went wrong. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I do it for fun. Again, like I say about all my other projects, it's my own personal display, my own personal use, and I had fun building it, and that's really the point, isn't it? Like I said, I had to put it aside for a while because I was getting frustrated with the photo etch stuff. So that's why it's been, life kind of gets in the way sometimes. So I finally was able to get back to work on it, and I've been trying to work on it steady a little bit every week. So it's pretty much done. I'll finish up what I need to finish up this week. I'm hoping to get the display case done this week too, so I can officially say this project is completely 100% done. And I can start on my other projects that I've been kind of slowly gathering pieces and parts for. So anyway, I hope the things that I post are interesting to you, my viewers, and I do appreciate the viewers that I have and the people who have subscribed to my channel. I do appreciate that. So like I said, I just hope that what I do inspires people to, do what I do it better. See where my mistakes were, see the things and that's why I try to point out things that I had trouble with, and I try to, give you a heads up. It's like, photo etch is awesome, and I love photo etch. It's just remember the scale. Remember the scale. Not everything is going to be nice and big and easy to work with because everything is in the same scale. So there you go. And I hope everybody's doing well. Talk at you later. Bye.